people, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello, my name is Kristen and this is my channel Harvest and Holly, where it's dedicated to fall, Halloween, and Christmas all year. So if those are your favorite times of the year, I'd love to have you here. I also have a new Instagram account that is dedicated to this channel. I know a lot of you were following me on my it became a personal account basically, and I wasn't sharing like so much fall and Halloween over there, but now I have a new Instagram, also Harvest and Holly, maybe with an underscore, but I'll put it across the screen and I'll link it down below if you want to follow me there. Just a disclaimer, if you see blotchiness on my chest or on my arms, I am recovering from a lot of poison ivy. Wear your gloves, you guys, if you are gardening and you live in an area with poison ivy, or you will suffer for multiple weeks like I have. Today, we are actually going to plan out my fall decor. I do this every single year. I actually do it on Pinterest. I make a dedicated Pinterest board and it helps me sort of organize what I want to do, the direction I want to go, if there's anything I want to add. And I'm going to be putting some pictures on the screen, which is why I'm off-centered here, so we can kind of see my inspiration. We're gonna go over a bunch of different topics. It's gonna be very chatty. So you've been warned. I know not everybody likes that, but that's what this video is. And if you guys want a Halloween version of this video, let me know. I was gonna combine fall and Halloween together, but it just would be too long. So I could definitely make a Halloween version and I'll do that soon if you guys are interested. Okay, so let's get started. Let's talk about a timeline. This year, I want to decorate in the beginning of August for fall. I usually do decorate in August, but I've made multiple videos on my channel about this style of decor that I would do in August, which I call early fall decorating or pre-fall or transition into fall. I'm just gonna jump into fall like full force. And that's just because I always leave the autumn time feeling like I didn't get enough time with my fall decor. This is pathetic, but it sort of makes me resent Christmas because I'm not even switched over to Halloween yet and the stores are already sold out of Halloween and pushing Christmas. So I just want to get started and really soak it in and enjoy it a little bit longer, and I'll have longer with my Halloween stuff that way also. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was a color palette slash theme, but my color palette this year is definitely going to be a little bit different than what I did last year and the year before. I'm wanting to definitely go more moody with my colors. I want it to feel a little bit darker. I would like it for it to feel a little bit more sultry and romantic. Just because I am decorating in August, it's still technically summer, so I feel like August is that sultry month of summer. So the things I'm gonna decorate with, I have been annoyingly obsessed and a stickler on my channel about decorating with real pumpkins. The real ones are so nostalgic to me. They mean so much to me because they're nostalgic. That's really why I'm so devoted to them. But there's so many other reasons and I won't get into it. And that's kind of why in the past I've waited until September to jump all the way into fall, because you can't get pumpkins any earlier than September usually. So decorating in the beginning of August is gonna make that a challenge. I think I'm going to decorate with some acorn squash, which are these like really dark green squash that you can pick up from the grocery store. I see them at my farmer's market starting to show up at the beginning of August. So I think I'm gonna decorate with some of those in my kitchen, or make like a little centerpiece maybe on my kitchen table for that. I've done that before for early fall, so I feel like that will be a good option to kind of fake the real pumpkin look. And of course, I'm gonna have to use some faux pumpkins, but I have found some really good ones that I will be talking about at the end of the video when we talk about what my wish list items are. So definitely some acorn squash or similar squashy type things. I also think for August and the color palette that I'm doing, sort of like a plum and fig and grape vibe would be really cool as a tablescape, maybe in my dining room. I've seen some gorgeous tablescapes on Pinterest for weddings and events and things where they incorporate in some fruits and it feels so sultry. I will probably say sultry so many times in this video, but I just love it. So I'm gonna try to do some of that. Also, if you're new here, I was a former wedding florist for just a few years. I will do a wedding here or there, but I don't don't love doing weddings anymore, and I grow a big cut flower garden. I love making floral arrangements, and this year I want to do some really like saturated, over the top romantic floral arrangements. Last year I did a few, and I think you saw them in my fall home tour, but a lot of the florals and things that I did would just be like one kind of a leaf in a vase or one kind of a flower in a vase. So this year, for my more romantic, sultry vibe, I want to do some more intricate, elevated floral arrangements, and I think that will be really fun. And I have all the flowers to do it and switch it up each week as they fade out, so I'm really excited for that. But even though I am going to do some of that more elevated floral design, I just think there's nothing more beautiful, straightforward, simple, and true to the season than like a vase of leaves. So I will definitely have some of that. And I love to use preserved foliages or dried foliages like eucalyptus, preserved beech, there's Italian ruscus. You can get all this stuff at the craft stores, Amazon, A-Floral. I love to use authentic items, like organic items, if I can. There's nothing wrong with using faux pumpkins, faux florals, or whatever. But I mean, I grow this huge garden and I have all these memories attached to the real pumpkins and stuff. So that's why it's important to me. So I hope I never come across like judgy or like I think I'm, better than using faux stuff, because I do have like faux florals and stuff that I use in my home, but that's why I'm so attached to the idea of the organic ones. Aside from like the organic items, I love to switch up art using just digital downloads from Etsy, and I plan to switch up some textiles like throw pillow covers, blankets, table runners, even dish towels, that kind of thing. So that's kind of like my list of things that I plan to decorate with this year. There are a couple new areas that I think I want to try decorating that I haven't really shared decor in this year, or not too often at least. So I am gonna have to get some fake pumpkins. I've already gotten some. I will be sharing them in a haul video, but there are a few more that I want. But once September rolls around, I'm replacing them with real pumpkins, and I don't wanna just use these fake pumpkins for a couple weeks. So I plan to move them out onto my patio and actually decorate my patio for fall for the first time with some pumpkins and fall planters. So I'm thinking of doing that. We also got a greenhouse, a little hobby greenhouse this year in our backyard, and I've seen the cutest images of them decorated with the seasons. So at the very least, I'm gonna put a wreath on the door. Actually, the door is all glass. I could put a command hook on there, but I'm gonna either do some fall planters or corn stalks, a wreath, and maybe we'll do sort of like a gardening outdoor decorating video in the backyard. And then I never decorate our bedroom really. I think I decorated one year for Christmas. Our primary bedroom is smaller than any apartment bedroom that I have ever seen. This is not a big house, but we have ample living space, and that's because our bedrooms are itty bitty. So it's tough to put decor in there. It feels very cluttery and claustrophobic pretty easily, but I'm getting really good at keeping up with the bedroom and not letting it get too messy. So I'm hoping if I can keep that going through the summer, that I will be more motivated to decorate it and show it to you guys, and maybe give you some inspiration for a guest bedroom, or if you also have a tiny primary bedroom. So those are just a few new areas, and of course we'll be decorating all the old faithfuls, my living room, my kitchen, dining room, entryway, all of that. So we've gone over the color palette, the style, the things I plan to decorate with, some of the new areas that I plan to decorate, and the old areas. Now let's talk about some wish list items. The first thing on the top of my list, and I have to get some of these every single year, would be fall candles. I absolutely love and splurge on a candle called Pumpkin Clove from Anthropologie. This candle is everything to me. I have several backups, and I'm not gonna stop buying backups, because if they ever discontinue it, I will be gutted. So I want to get this candle, and then of course Bath and Body Works, there's two candles that I have to get from there. One would be leaves. I love leaves, And I think pumpkin apple has become my all-time favorite from Bath & Body Works. It's inching its way past leaves for me. It is the most beautiful, balanced candle. I feel like you can burn it year round, but it's not too sweet. It's not too fresh. It smells yummy, but it also doesn't smell bakery. It's just everything. So I'm gonna definitely stock up on that because I have been purchasing candles and hand soap from Mercari, and hopefully Bath & Body Works will be putting out their stuff at the end of next month. So we're only like a month and a couple weeks away. And if you haven't already seen Life Inside the Page, the blog has already started releasing fall and Halloween information. I will link her blog post down below so you can check it out. And she's on Facebook, and I think she's also on Instagram now. So she's the one who's releasing all of the fall and Halloween information first. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Let's get back to the wish list. So we already talked about the faux pumpkins. There are these glorious, insanely realistic faux pumpkins from Wayfair that I first saw on Marie Galvan's Instagram. I'm actually gonna put some of her pictures on the screen. I'll link her Instagram and her blog post down below. These are her photos. And in these photos, these are all fake pumpkins. And when I saw this a couple years ago, I immediately saved her blog post to my browser. And I didn't really have a need for them because I decorate with the real ones, but I figured someday I might need some really good fake ones. And this is the year since I'm starting early. I did pick up a few. They do look as good in person as they look in her photos, but there are a few more that I want to get. And they're a bit of an investment, but I think they're worth the price because I'm pretty sure they are it says that they're hand casted and hand painted. So hand casted to me means that they're casts of real pumpkins, and that's why they look so real. So I do want to get a couple more of these, and probably just one or two more because they are so expensive, but you can use them outside, and that's what I plan to put out on the patio, maybe in the greenhouse, and I'm super excited for those. Hauling those in a video coming up soon. I think I'm just waiting for something that I pre-ordered a few months ago to come in, and it should be coming in the next week or two, so a haul video will be coming soon. So I also would like to get some new pillow covers. My house is pretty open and airy, I would say, and so it's gonna be hard, I think, to make it feel as moody in here as I would like because of that. And I think one of the easiest ways to add some of that deeper color would be with pillow covers and blankets, and so I'm gonna be looking for some darker options than what I've used in the past. I have a couple that I ordered. I'm waiting for those to come in too, actually, so I'll show you those when they get to me. But I'm thinking like, more of a plum color or a deep burgundy, maybe even some black, or I have chocolate brown, so I might use those. But just some textiles basically to help me pull this color palette together. And then some digital downloads, as I said before, as well. So I love just going on Etsy and buying a $2 to $3 digital download. I will have it printed off at Walmart. It's very affordable because it's kind of like you put a one-time investment into a frame, or maybe you already have one. And then every time you want to switch it, it's $5-10 to do so. So it's a lot more affordable than buying new art every single year. The number one art print that I want though is this gorgeous owl print. It is so striking and so beautiful. I love that it's not a landscape because the kind of landscape oil painting vibe is very popular, and I already have a lot of that I plan to use, that kind of vintage style art. But this it kind of has a vintage vibe, but it definitely looks like a more current art piece, and it's just something different, and it ties in so well with the color palette. So I would love to find something that matches that really well and use them side by side, but I need to do a little bit more digging to see what else is out there. I guess that about covers it. Am I missing anything? I don't think I usually share doormats with you guys, but I do usually pick up a new doormat every fall. I got one on clearance for Halloween, so I know I don't need to get a Halloween one, but we'll talk, about Halloween wish list items in that video, but I will probably get a doormat. I do have to replace them pretty often, so I'll be looking for probably like a simple plaid core doormat and maybe something to layer underneath it. Not buffalo check, but right now I have like a rug that is not meant for outside underneath it. It's a loloi rug and it's dingy, so maybe something like that. But I think that kind of covers my plans and what I have thought of so far. Of course, it's subject to change. Of course, I'll probably pick up a few more things than we talked about. Maybe I'll pivot directions a little bit. I don't know, but it's fun to think about this stuff starting now, especially before, you know, all the stuff shows up in stores and we're so tempted. So let me know, are you going to be planning your fall decor early this year? Have you already planned it out? What kind of vibe are you going for? I'd be curious to know if any of you are doing a little bit more of a moody theme like me. And you will definitely be seeing a lot more of me in these next coming weeks and months. I'm so excited to be back. Thank you so much for being here. I love you, my pumpkin people, and I will catch you in a future video. Bye now.